we are back. Coming up, we have Euro Truck Simulator 2 being run by Chumoi. Take it away.
Thank you. Okay, so in this game, you drive a truck around basically the entirety of Europe. Oh my. But in this game, you drive a truck around the entirety of Europe. You can drive anywhere you want. There's a huge map. The only real categories you can do here is going from point A to point B, or you can buy your own truck, etc. We are going to be trying to get all the way over from the UK to Bratislava here in Slovakia. And I guess I'm going to start, and I'm going to teach you some of the strategies I use in the run. So with that all said, off I go. You might also hear that I'm actually using a real wheel. That didn't really go that well. Yeah, that didn't go well. All cool. But basically you can see that I'm trying to go through the gears and accelerate as fast as possible. Not very good RNG of the traffic. In the run, we have to keep AI traffic on since you can't turn it off unless you mod. But one thing you can do in the native game is you can turn off laws so you don't get fined. Again, not very good with the traffic. As you can see, we have the maximum headlights as well, since we can keep them on forever. Not an ideal time, I could have made it day, but we don't need that. Now here at this turn, this is one of the hardest turns in the actual run. Mainly because you have to take it slowly, and if you don't, you easily get flipped. And since we are in the UK, we are driving on the left, but we can't just go into the right lane at any point. Maybe not now. But regardless, now in this turn I'm gonna hold the clutch and turn, since the clutch does slightly slow you down. Now I'm gonna let go, and I got a bit damage from hitting the guardrail, but it's all fine, thanks to this truck being absolutely massive. The truck can hit a peak speed of about 173 kilometers per hour. You may see it hit more, you may see it hit less, it depends on the traffic conditions and how much I have to dodge traffic. Right now you can see I'm at 172. Not got that much longer left of Aberdeen here. We are going to use a skip, not really a skip, but we're going for a trigger where you can go to the next city, which I'll show you where that is. Most likely it's at a sign in most cities. Now we've got another turn coming up, so I let go of the accelerator. You can take it quite smoothly. The thing is, with trucks, if you crash into another truck, you can't really continue because you most likely will get 100% damage. If you crash into a car, depends what car and depends how hard you crash into it, because if you crash too hard, then there's no point, because you'll lose 12 gear and you'll lose all of your speed. You can kind of see my timer's going red and I'm going to the side of the road, but that's all fine. And now we go to Edinburgh, which is the next step. Since I've only got 10% damage, I won't repair the truck, and I'll probably just do it in the Netherlands or in Newcastle, depends on how much damage we get here. But now we just instantly start up, and it's the same routine, 6, 8, just moving up the gears. I am actually using a manual shifter and a real wheel. truck may not look like it's drifting. But yeah, there's a lot to control about the truck, especially if you go really fast like me and you zoom through the entire city. If... oh, this is a bad turn. Hopefully I get past him. Yes, I do. I should get the 10th. And there was a truck right behind me. If that guy got on, I wouldn't have been able to overtake. Now here it's really hard as well. Now yeah, that's kind of bad, but I got past that guy. So yeah. Now back to first person camera. Shifted to the wrong gear. Now we just keep on going straight, and as you'll see, I have GPSs in both sides of the wheel. Obviously going way above the speed limit as always. And using the turn signals to be responsible adults. As you can see, I hit 173. And now here I'm gonna hold down the clutch just like that turn in Aberdeen, as this turn is very hard to take, especially at 173. And you're very likely to flip. The reason I don't brake and I hold the clutch instead, because if you brake and turn at the same time, you will flip into oblivion and you don't even know where you're gonna flip. So for every turn you'll be seeing me just slightly hit the clutch a bit. Like even if it's a little bit, since it will slow me down and bring me to a halt eventually. This is quite a heavy turn because you don't really see the traffic that's in front of you. So if you go into the right lane, you see I just crashed into that guy. And you can also hear the force feedback going crazy. Now once it goes under 90, I tend to just shift back into 10. Saw that almost flipped me. This should be the final turn, and I should save some time here actually. And just after the sign, we can go to Newcastle. Okay, now we're going to 6th, and I will repair the truck in the Netherlands since we have 16% damage. The reason we don't really repair it in the first 20% is because you don't really lose 12th gear in the first 20%. If you lose 12th gear, you have to repair since you won't have any more speed in the truck itself. And if you start getting over 20%, you start getting engine malfunctions, where the engine just starts and stops constantly, and you can't control how much. Now here I actually have to brake, since it's a very hard turn. Put the sign away. And now here we're gonna have to take the turn, overtake this guy through the non-lane, and brake like heaviness. And as in any car, you typically drive you with manual gearbox, you'd have to shift and etc. Okay, now that I'm in here, it should be all fine. And as soon as I'm in the Netherlands, here I don't go since we take the boat. Now we go into neutral, should just hit the brakes perfectly into that. Embark, and that is the... And then as soon as I arrive, as you can hear, I'm just spamming my keyboard, and now we're going into Amsterdam. So much illegal activities. I mean, it just happens. It's not my fault. They're in the way. It's their fault. Now there we go into 10th, and here is going to be quite tough, but actually no, I'll just take this lane. This is a stop here, but I just keep going on. Our next stop will be in Germany, and there aren't major skips used in this run really. You just have to keep the truck from being damaged and you're set. Shouldn't take too long. It's actually a decent pace to run as well. Oh, car. Take the left lane. Up. Engine turned off. At least I didn't get too much damage from that. If I'd have gone burr and lost all of my health, I would have gone quite mad. All of my truck would have gone kind of mad. And this is a one-lane road. If you catch a car, it should be fine. But if you catch a truck, it's even harder. Control the force feedback to overtake, and now not too long until we reach the trigger for Duisburg, which is our next stop. The truck configuration I use, it uses the most powerful engine in the game, and that's actually the trigger. It uses the most powerful engine and gearbox in the game to get speeds like this. And this is a combination that can only be achieved on Volvo trucks, which is why I'm driving a Volvo. And as you can see, there's the engine malfunction. So I'm gonna repair. Now there are a little bit of country roads in this, and you're gonna see in Frankfurt I'm actually gonna use a skip that's a traffic kind of skip. But here there are some country roads and we can't really avoid that. Now these traffic lights, if you get too many cars on them, you can sort of lose the entire pace of the run, but all is cool. Like for this one, if I had cars on both lanes queued up, it wouldn't be too good. But now I can just keep going, really. Just go casually at 100 kilometers per hour. Very fun. Now this, I believe this is the longest ride in the game when we go to Frankfurt, because now we're going to Frankfurt to hopefully get a decent RNG in terms of traffic there, which traffic hasn't been that kind to me lately. I have leveled up. And now after this sign, I believe is the trigger. No. Okay. I don't really remember where the trigger is. It's after a sign. Traffic sign that says Frankfurt on it. As you can see, it takes me to Dortmund, and I don't really want to go there. Oh, actually I can see the sign in front of me. Yeah, I think it's this sign. So let me go right past it. That's Cologne. Okay. So I have to keep going. There's just a straight line, and since there's no speed limit here, doesn't matter what vehicle you're in. And we actually took 0% damage, which is quite impressive. No crashes, but the Autobahn has been quite clear. And now this sign is the one. Right after this one. Yep, Frankfurt. You don't get in trouble for running a red light. No, there's not any police. There are police, but... And that's what I was saying earlier in the run. You can disable laws in the game settings. But what you can't do is disable AI traffic. Because that would involve modding the game. And now you're gonna see a real skip use in this game. Typically my GPS is telling me to go to behind me. But that's not the way I'm taking. I'm actually gonna cut this and go on the opposite lane of the Autobahn. Because I'm very smart. And I'm actually somewhat of a world record contender in this category. But basically here, you're gonna see the road's gonna end, so I'm not gonna be able to go past it. But right here, I'm gonna start holding the clutch because there's a massive turn coming up. Right here. Now I can let go. And there we go. And now it's still telling me to go back, but I'm not gonna go back because, yeah. And now it's slightly bugged, it's telling me to go forward. The trigger here is again a sign, but this is faster than the original route because on the original route you have to go on a lot of hills, etc. And those roads are actually country roads. This is just normal straight highway, Autobahn. Normal straight Autobahn, and it just keeps going. Also very clear traffic on the opposite lane, which I like. Our next stop is going to be Nuremberg. Which is going to be our final stop in Germany. Since after Nuremberg we are going to Czechia. and after we're gonna be in Czechia for 2 stops, and then right after Czechia we're gonna be in Austria for a little bit, but after Austria it is just to Prague. No, to Bratislava. What I meant to say. And I believe after one of these signs it's the trigger. I don't exactly remember where, since I haven't been using the skip that long. But yeah, you can see 174 in the truck. I believe right after the sign. Yeah, neon back. Okay. I'm actually using a wheel. Wait, what? Why did it stop? What? Stupid. I don't know why it stopped. That's kind of stupid. But we're at 19 minutes. We're at 19 minutes, so someone can figure out the math. Traffic light, traffic light. 26%, that's not too good. This is why I hate traffic lights in this game, because if they queue up too much, my timer always has errors for some reason. I don't know why, but someone can figure out the math probably. This is actually relatively decent pace, but I don't think it will be PB, since my PB is actually 26 minutes. And the world record is 24 minutes, so I've got to finish the entire game in 7 minutes, which is not happening. Oh no. Engine, don't die, please. There I go. And now we're back on the Autobahn. Everything is calm, hopefully. I don't want that many problems anymore, especially after that pain. Here in Nuremberg we're gonna go right past the border with Czechia, and I believe after that somewhere is the trigger for Prague, since the only 2 locations for services in Czechia are Prague and Brno, so we're gonna be going to both. 27% damage, which isn't too good. And as you can see, my speed is kind of affected by that. Not too much though. And here is the border. As you can see, it's Schengen area, so there isn't actually border checkpoints. If there were, this would take way longer, because you'd have to skip the border in a way, which someone would probably find a skip for it, but Schengen is just easier. And I believe right after this sign is the trigger. I don't precisely remember. No. The timer is a bit inaccurate since it's on the wrong split. I don't know why it was so dead. Or why I finished so early. There isn't really a precise trigger for Prague. I'm using a G27, yeah. You can tell. The G27 uses a gear engine, which I don't really understand why. Something like Thrustmaster uses a belt engine, which is way quieter. And then there's direct drive engines, which isn't even compatible with your truck. But yeah, for now you have to deal with the sound of the wheel. What? What do you mean I've got to turn around? Okay, well I took a wrong corner, that means. So I am a bit stupid. And we're also on the opposite lane, so this is not going to be good. Actually, no, I can transition here. Now we're back on a one-lane road. These are the roads I hate the most, because as you can see, we're gonna catch up to the car in front, I think. Actually not, okay? Not saying nothing, but that's good. But now it is a second. Oh, I thought that was one. Yeah, it is a one lane, but you actually have space to overtake. Here, maybe? Oh! Keyboard, say hello. Keyboard stopped working. I'm steering with my head right now. No, it's still Prague. Okay. Maybe here? Nope. I don't remember where the trigger for Brno is. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation, by the way. I'm sorry about that.
Do have a donation to read if there's a moment.
Oh, yep. Go ahead.
We have a $3.50 donation from Jason Ace Jack, who says some money for a noble cause. Thank you so much for the donation.
Thank you. And as I said in my incentives, no matter where I am, I have to go back to the service feature. So we go right back to where we started. And now hopefully I won't be taking all the wrong turns. And obviously using turn signals because I am responsible and lawful. Oh no. Okay. The good thing is that we're not carrying a load. If I actually was carrying a load, this would not be going as smoothly as it is. You flip so much easier when you have a trailer. And I believe it's right after this, the trigger for Brno. Timer's going red, but it's inaccurate here in this case because it set it to end early. Yep, there you go. I do not need to be taken off the road because I am too good. So, if you ever go in Europe and you see a truck speeding across highways, you'll know what they're doing from now on. And they're invulnerable to the laws because I don't know why the timer's red, but this is the... No, this is actually the last split. Yeah, this is actually the last part of the run. This is the most annoying part. Hope there's 2 traffic lights. The next one's right here. If there's a queue, which there isn't, and I'm very happy for that. Now, the last thing that I need to worry about is a flip, because it's very easy to flip in this field here. And there's 2 trucks. Oh no. You see that? You see that skill? That is the definition of skill. But yeah. I believe the run is going to be about 32 minutes. Looking at the pace, it was actually decent except for the traffic at the beginning, but we don't talk about that. This is a weight check, so I'm actually gonna skip that since I don't really need to do it. I'm going on the opposite lane. I will still hit the trigger because I'm gonna go here and right about now. Yep. And that is the run right there. That is the run. Bit crazy going. Let's just repair it real quick. But yeah, that is the run. Just for celebration, I'm just gonna really quickly have a little flip. I gotta hit some speed for that though. So right here. We land upright. Yep. And that is Euro Truck Simulator 2. The timer's a bit bad, but I mean, run was about 32 minutes, which is quite nice. Thank you guys for tuning in. Takes longer to stop without the load. Without the drill, it could be considered more dangerous. Yeah, I guess that's true. GG. Run is actually about 31 minutes. Or actually no, it's 30 minutes exactly. No, I flipped it on purpose. In celebration of actually finishing. We actually did reach the destination. So, in conclusion, we got all the way from here to here in 30 minutes by doing the most illegal, the most legal and responsible adult things you could ever do. The most legal and responsible things you could ever do. But yeah, that's really it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys soon. I might see you guys soon.